Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Engineer's Life 2. Today we're going to be opening this box up and trying to set up some kind of early power source, perhaps a little mob protection, and getting ourselves started on a bit of a workshop? Well, we'll find out. And as you can see behind me, I have finished the roof, at least for now. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. I only died for it. So I'm going to show it off, darn it. Oh, and yeah, that was my second death apparently last episode, not my first. And you can't really see it too well from over here, but I do have the chimney going up, and it actually comes up to the top into some of these. I've got a dark shingle roof chimney trunk and a dark shingle roof chimney. And now earlier on in the series, I couldn't actually craft the chimney itself. Now this one here is just some bricks and dye, but the chimney itself, I can craft a soul campfire thanks to the mod devs, or mod pack devs, adding in this recipe. I think they might have actually added it because I mentioned it. I don't know, but either way, thank you. I now have a little puffing smoke chimney. Of course, it's not doing it at the moment. It was a second ago. You saw it, I swear. There it goes. But yeah, it's nice. I currently have my setup going on here. Can I get up here? We can see the house from this side. Yep, looks like a tree to me. But anyway, let's get back over to the area that I have set up. I'm going to try to sleep through the nights for now while I'm working outside until I get my mob spawn protection stuff set up. I have no idea if the phantoms will be affected by this or not. But, you know, the anti-mob spawn. But I guess we'll find out. So I have this thing chock-a-block full of materials. Is this all that I'm going to need? Probably not. I will likely need more. I even have 10 buckets of creosote, and I've got some oak acorns hovering on the side over here. They're supposed to be in there, but you know, sometimes modded Minecraft just doesn't want to agree with all other modded Minecraft. So, I plan today, let's take some of these things off the list because I don't think I'll need all of them, on setting up a really basic base. I don't mean like a home like this. I mean like something that is going to generate power, a windmill. This is why I've got a bunch of treated wood fences, because I'm just going to mount it on that and then kind of run the power down from it. Now I already have a windmill itself. I also have made a bunch of windmill sails so I can improve it from the regular wooden stuff. I don't know why that says quest completed. Oh, because I didn't have that many before. Okay. I only had like up to that amount, and I kept adding to it in the chest. I've got a kinetic dynamo. So the idea is I need to place down the dynamo. This is the thing that generates power, but it needs rotational force. So by plugging this windmill in on the side of it, it will therefore, assuming that there's enough wind or anything like that, start spinning, generating power, and then we need to feed that power out with LV connectors and wire relays to other items like powered lanterns, which by the way, I did make some of these ones with the engineer's workbench. I don't need it at the moment, so I'm not going to set that out. I might set out the engineer's crafting table if I need it, just something to craft on, but I don't know that I will. I do have a bunch of LV wire coils. This is basically my power line. And these powered lanterns will stop mob spawning in a 32 block radius. No, I don't know if it's in a circle or if it's in a square, but either way, it should be fine. I've got my engineer's workbox, but I'm not too bothered with that. I would like more wooden posts to put things on. Let's see, that's 2 fences and some stone bricks. Probably should make more of those. I even dug up my Coke oven, in case you didn't notice, and I have jerry cans here. Is what was filled with what was left in it. I might have made a bunch more of the planks inside, which actually I think I need to go back in because I wanted to make more wooden posts already, and I don't have any stone blocks out here. Like I said, I'm going to end up needing some of this stuff. I'm gonna need some of it, whether I want to or not. I think that's it for now. I might set this out as a base crafting section that I can put stuff on, which should be useful. I'm going to put this in place because that's what I need. It's a bunch of treated wood fence and stone bricks. I'm going to go into the house, grab these a few more of these materials because I've got a whole bunch of treated wood now, and I'll be right back. Now, something I will say is that there aren't just the wooden posts here, but there are also steel posts. There's also aluminum or aluminium posts, depending upon your region. And there's also, as I believe I started showing you a little bit before, the immersive posts, which are basically allow you to customize and make your own setup. I think, do I have some in here? Yeah, and Engineer's Decor has some as well. The extendable post accepts blocks. You just click on the bottom and it builds with the block straight up above it. It's pretty darn cool, and it tells you the different blocks that it uses, like slabs and fences and such. That's interesting that it uses concrete slabs. I thought it only used fence blocks, but I guess I've learned something today. Today I learned. But you can just click on this and it'll just kind of build straight up from it, allowing you, you know, a post at whatever length or shape or whatever you want. But I'm going to keep things simple and go with the immersive engineering default for now. I think I'm going to keep my sword off my hotbar just so I have something to work with. And I think that there is a glitch with the food because I've been eating and it's not actually doing anything. Like it'll go over the same ones, like this one here, 0.16. Why does it keep on doing that one when I've got others in here, like the veggie kebabs? You guys remember me making that a few episodes ago? I haven't eaten those any. And I've eaten a lot of stuff out of here. And you can see there's several of them that I haven't eaten any of. So I'm just going to use it to store my food, eat from if I need to, like in a hurry. I'll just, you know, snack in a situation. I'll just eat straight out of it. But otherwise, I think I'm going to use it to just like open up, grab something from, eat it, and then do it proper so that I can get all the benefits that I could potentially get on the side here, instead of just these three, which, don't get me wrong, are fabulous. I really like having those. So let's see. I'm going to start with the... Did I just craft all of the fences into posts? I think I did. Okay, I take it back. For some reason, it disappears from view. Whenever I craft in the engineer's crafting table, you know, sometimes things are just a little bit janky. Okay, I feel a little bit better. I just went and made some more. My jerry can is now empty, so hopefully I don't need much more at this point. I just wanted to make a windmill, folks. Alright, so I've got the wooden post, but I don't really care about that. I am looking to make a bunch of the fences for the windmill to be on to start with. Let's do 12 of those. And then, oh, that all stays in there, doesn't it? Oh, interesting. I might leave these here for now, including this saw, which doesn't have much durability left. So I was kind of thinking I'd make something that I could take with me quite regularly, and that's going to be a diamond saw. Because my diamonds are actually doing pretty good. It's not that bad right now. My crafting just leveled up and it just surprised me. Okay, so I've got this here, and I'm not too worried at the moment about about any of the building of stuff. Let's grab some planks to work with here so I can get on top of this. Then I could stand up on top of this fence. Maybe. I'm a bit jumpy with this. And then I can put on top of this a kinetic dynamo, which I have no idea which direction it's facing. It's facing the way I want it to face. That's pretty amazing, actually. All right, let's take the windmill blade itself. Stick it on the front here. Look at that. Nice. Windmill for the land. Now I need to put some sails on here. And you can see it's already doing stuff, right? You can't tell if it's making power or not with this option, but by right-clicking on here, I'm now adding sails to this, and it's picking up speed. There we go, and now it's making a lot more power than it was before, though you can't really tell. So what I'm going to end up doing is grabbing one of these LV wire connectors. And you can put this on most sides, actually, in my experience. I am going to put it on the back for now, because I figure putting it on the top is going to be a bad idea because I want it to go around and down from here. So, ow, let's hop down. I don't know that I can actually reach that without kind of building my way back up again. but that's okay. I can do this and this and this. There we go. Now I should, yeah, I can reach it. Okay, so I then take an LV wire coil and wherever I want it to go. So in this case, I think I'm going to want some of these wooden posts. I'm going to want one here for it to come down to. Actually, no, I think I would want one to come straight down here. So let's grab my LV wire coil, click on this, and then I can mine up this stuff. I don't really need those stairs there. In fact, I might even leave that post there for the moment. But I can put this one here, and I can have on top of this a relay so that it can go in multiple directions. Okay, maybe not on top of this that easily. Again, I don't jump that high. There we go. So then I connect down to here. Ta-da! And it now will connect to this area. And I can branch off of this. This being a relay, I can connect into multiple locations. So one, I could have it go through the wall to another one, which I would probably want to have connected to another wooden post, which I also plan on having a wall here. And this is also most likely going to go up much higher. But for now, where's the sun? It's afternoon. All right, I need to get a wiggle on here. So let's try and set up some of these powered lanterns. I think one over here, one over by the house, one over by the garden. Those are all good starting points. So we're going to need to have these connected, and they connect a little bit weird. Let's start with this. I don't remember the last time I actually used these. It's been some time. But if I just click on the side here, it doesn't really connect properly. Let's grab my pick. But as I showed you before, if I take this hammer, then I can bring out the side and I can connect it. Now, if I connect it on the underside, it looks cool, right? But then how do I get the connector from there to this little yellow orange dot on the side? It doesn't really work so good. But it does if it's on top of it. So let me do some of this. There we go. Put that there. And then this is the tricky part. This actually takes an entire LV wire coil, but you go from here, and then you need to, I need to come down a level so I can actually see what it is I'm looking at. This little orange dot is what I'm connecting to. There we go. And now that we have anti-mob spawning in a 32 block radius, which if you want to know how long that is, you're going to have to count yourself, because I really don't know. Yeah, I suppose you could turn on like chunk boundaries and use like chunks or 16 blocks. So it goes out pretty far. This being in about the middle of a chunk, it's going to go out to, let's see, probably out to those flowers over there. Maybe a little further, but that seems about right. About to those flowers out there, which isn't too bad. But when you really add like a light every 16 to 32 blocks, it can really make a big difference. Let's turn all those off. I was hitting F9, by the way, to see the chunk boundary information, and then you just hit it multiple times again for it to go away. Now, I only have 4 of these, so getting these to line up properly in different areas is going to be kind of challenging, but I do think that putting one here is going to be good. Getting it over there, you can actually run these underground as well, and it'll still have the same effect, but you might as well take the light source that it is and use that at the same time. Now here's the thing. If I turn on chunk boundaries again, you can see this. Oh, it's at the edge of a boundary. All right, so that's 16 blocks, and then there's another 16 blocks, and that's about as far as it'll actually stretch, because these cables, that's going to be 2 cables to get here, and 2 of these wooden posts as well. So if that is right on the edge, it should feasibly reach this far, but that tree is in the way, sadly. So I'm going to have to chop this down, move it over by 1, I think. There? Maybe. I think so, because if anything, that tree is kind of like in a bad spot. But I don't have to connect it from the light. I can connect it from the relay, and then connect that to another light. And in this case, I'm going to put the light up here, and I'm going to put one link, right there. So you can actually link light to light, and it is another way of passing through a similar way that a relay does. And it generates power on these things. So we've got, you know, multiple light sources going on and multiple of the anti-mob spawn stuff. Okay, so I have been working partway through the night, and this guy showed up. I've got a little trader guy, and he had something of interest for me, and that is this globe from Supplementaries, which doesn't have a crafting recipe, which means this is the only way that I could possibly get it. There's also lubricant dispensers from Tetra, but I would have to have metal scraps at the same time. So I'm still going to go with this. We're going to put these in here, this place, and take the globe. Thank you! And you can take your annoying llamas elsewhere. So this means I can then put this down. I can't remember what this does, but I know that it's pretty darn cool. Oh, there's no space here. Oh, I accidentally let a butterfly in. My bad. Maybe I'll put it upstairs in the study, which actually makes a little bit more sense. Could put it here. There's no tables here. I was thinking that I could put one over there, but I think for the moment, I'm going to set it right there. It's really nice. Whee! Alright, so anyway, enough with that. I've got a butterfly in the house. That's gonna bug me to no end. But I've got some power lines running along. I didn't want it to really cross the path that I've got here, so I've got it just kind of outlining it. Let's take this, and then I can just, excuse me, right click over here. That connects. And I plan on still having it come around the front. And then maybe come around over here as well. And then I've kind of got this line going across the whole, like behind everything. And I might have it come out around here as well. I just don't know yet. I mean, they don't really give off enough light as it is to really like light up an entire area. But at the same time, I don't like having mobs coming by and blowing my stuff up. Now there is something else you can use these wires for. Let me see if I can demonstrate here. For example, we could have a relay coming down here, and then here. Oh, you guys are running away. You know exactly what I'm up to, don't you? They're like, nope, we don't want anything to do with this plan. Well, I'm sorry, but you're going to be included whether you want to be or not. Stop. You guys are just going to end up paying the iron price in the end. Let's take some of these extra cables we've got here. And in fact, take this down to here. Yeah, the wire itself actually is, it conducts electricity. We'll put another one over here. And then we'll connect this to here. You can see the fun that you can have with this as kind of a defense mechanism of your base. The LV isn't going to do a lot of damage. As you can see here, it did like maybe a point of damage or something like that. But still, it's not too bad. And this is another reason why you probably want to insulate your cabling, just so that you don't end up, you know, electrocuting yourself or potentially others, or maybe you do. Now, something else you should know about the Engineer wire cutters: they're not just used for making coils. I'm getting way too much enjoyment out of this. But you could just right click on a relay or on a connector, and will automatically disconnect any cables that are on there without actually needing to break the block. So that is another way of potentially, you know, getting your stuff back without having to mess up a whole lot of connections or your structure that you've got built in that place. But I kind of like this so far. I do need to fill in a little bit more grass over here because I kind of ran out of space. Oh, hello. We've got company again. They just seem to be stopping by more and more frequently, I think. Let's see if I can get their attention, shall we? Yep, definitely got their attention. That's the only one I really needed to kill, I think. Yep, bad omen. Let's take care of these other ones anyway while we're at it. Tell you what, this bow makes quick work out of these guys these days. But again, I don't have a good source of getting arrows, short of feathers. I need to get a chicken farm going so that I can get a bunch of feathers and make myself a whole bunch of arrows, and then not need to worry about putting this thing away as often, because it is just so darn effective. And yes, I do know that I can drink a milk bucket to get rid of the bad omen, but as somebody else has said in the comments before, where's the fun in that? And there we go. This should be the last one that I have. In fact, I've run out of copper coils, run out of lanterns. I still have plenty more posts, but I think this should do it for stopping mob spawns. I'm too far away from the previous connection. Doggone it. I think it was just like off by a block. Alright, that'll have to do. I've run out of time and patience. So there we go. I now have a bit of an area set up. I don't really know if I like having this cable just over here. I feel like I need to have something more going on. Maybe I have a path going over to this area, or I make a different path that goes over to this, because right now if I jump while I'm over here, I might... No, I guess I don't. Yeah, I'd really have to jump over there to get it. But getting to the workshop is a bit of a pain, because I'm like right on the edge of this and I keep falling off and everything. So I'm thinking either I make a nice path that goes down here and it kind of uses some slabs and such, so it's a little bit nicer, and I can outline this with lights and therefore have an excuse for the power cables. Maybe I don't even need a connection here, which would be kind of nice. So what I think I'm going to do... Does this work on grass? No, it has to be dirt, doesn't it? There we go. Yeah, I think I'll have to get the hoe from the garden center over there, but or the greenhouse, and I'll make myself a path, get myself a nice little set of stairs to go up and such, and I think that's what I'm going to do for getting to the workshop, instead of this little winding thing around the edge here, because this is where the stable is, like where I'm keeping my horse. Hope you like my little like feeder section. And I kind of like having the lights going to the back here, but I feel like it needs a bit more. And I do notice that there are no nearby spawns. I mean, there's a mob way out there, but there's nothing nearby, at least. So that's kind of a thing. It seems to be working. Alright, so I think I have enough to finish, what I've started off here. My inventory is getting really packed with building materials because I've just been doing a lot of building on paths. That's right, I'm using a lot of these framed blocks to create kind of like an outline for the path. And then I've been using gravel instead of just the shovel block, because I don't know, I just wanted something a little bit different, and this feels a lot more, I don't know, specifically made as a path to get to a workshop rather than a stroll over to the veggie patch, you know? Now, I just have a bit left to do here, and I figured I would bring you guys along for it. This has pretty much been the process the whole time. I mean, there isn't a ton to it, just removing the stuff, putting down gravel, and then trying to piece things together with the different block options that I have. This actually looks a little bit weird. I might put one there. There we go. That's actually not bad. I've been using the slab edges and the framed panels and some of the what is it, like the stairs and the slabs. I haven't been using any complete blocks because I can just place the block itself. Why bother placing a complete block when you can just, you know, do that? I mean, it makes sense with some things that might have a weird texture or need to be placed in that manner. But more or less, it just ends up making things a little bit easier. And there we go. That pretty much gets this set. Now I just need to probably get a few more of these posts and have them come around over here. I don't know how I'm going to connect the power around though. I could probably just do some relays around the building and come out front and then just follow it down. So I'm kind of thinking I might replace a little bit more of this with gravel and then leave the path block going over there. I don't know. What do you guys think? This does look like it's a bit contrasty to the landscape when I look at just the regular path over here. But I'm kind of thinking this place is going to get built up and look a little bit more, I don't know, industrial over time. Though I do like to have the prettier atmosphere around us at the very least. So yeah, I'm curious what you guys been thinking. How this might fare in your minds. If there's any improvements or suggestions of different decorative things you'd like to see. So we've got power. I never made the LV capacitor. Oh wait, yes I did. I have this here. So I could feasibly plug this in and have it connected. In fact, let's do a little something kind of decorative. I have my hammer here. We'll do this. This is going to look a bit wonky, but yeah, this will work temporarily for now. If I do this, blue is input, and it even says on here, facing side, energy input. Opposite side, no connection. If you sneak, you can then affect the opposite side of this, so you don't need to like break things. But you can also change it to output, and then just be back to normal. So I'm going to have this be an input for now. And we're going to put a connector on here so that power can flow into the block. And I'm going to need to make, actually, well, I need to make myself a few more of the copper wires to make the LV coil so I can connect it to here, and then I can store some power. And I can even bring this around with me. There we go, and now I should be able to do that. And power is going in here. I can't really see it because I probably need the proper tools to do so. And the one probe, or no, the if I open my inventory, the item here, Wayla, whatever, what am I looking at, is not currently displaying what the power is for that, but there is power going in. Proof of that is most likely the fact that we have power going into these. So it should be split between those two right now, going down to this capacitor, or the relay, and then splitting off into the lamp, or the lamps as it is, and then over here to this. Now I probably could have used this powered lantern as a splitter, but it just doesn't seem immersive to me. And honestly, I don't know if I could connect through the top because I think it has to come in on the side. So it still works for me. Now I do still have some plans for a kind of an open workshop, like almost a smithy looking thing, so that I can also expand out, maybe even attach like an enclosed building on one of the sides or something like that, maybe over on this side so that it's a little bit close to the house, and fill up this little empty flat space in this area. I might actually take this tree down because it is a bit close to the power lines, and that's usually not a good thing in real life either. But just some plans I might have. You might notice I've got something changed and set up by next video. It might even be on the thumbnail of this one. I don't know. We'll see how things go. Because after all, I do have to fit a coke oven in here. I have to fit a kiln, alloy kiln in here. I've got to set up these tables as well as perhaps a little bit of some crates so that I know what in the world is going on. And I can actually work in this space. And then I'm going to need to expand. Because if you notice here, when I'm in the engineering tab, there's a lot of stuff that I can go into. We can go into a charging station and a bunch of building gadgets. That would definitely help me, as well as exchanging gadgets and such. I don't know if I really like the charger itself. The building gadgets gives you a number of tools that will help you in building structures for use. Check your keybinds to make sure that you can access all the keys needed for the tools to work. Settings may be the most important. Check out the template manager if you want to move copies of areas in or out of game. Oh, maybe that's what that is. I thought that was the building gadgets charger, but I like this one better. It's a little bit more, well, immersive. But we can move on to MV, which is like, for lack of a better term, I'm going to say middle voltage capacity. You can use in here, which is going to be made from electrum, which is an alloy in the alloy kiln of gold and silver, make you electrum. And that's kind of, it'll hold more voltage and power and everything like that. But I also noticed that there's some options for capacitor backpacks as well as jet packs. That could be pretty darn handy for building, especially higher up, because I keep on having to build my way up there. But we also have a voltmeter, and I was noticing that I don't have a way of finding out how much power I've got on stuff. But when held in hand and hovering over a block, it will indicate the power level stored in the block. Also can be used to calculate the loss between two connectors by right-clicking the connector ends. I think this is actually really important. I'm going to put it on my list because I do need to know if things are going to work. And remember, I'm not completely safe up here, but I'm safer. Oh, speaking of safe and safer, let's grab this and see if I can entice little Enderman over here so that I can get some Ender Pearls. Come here, you. No pearls, no luck, but hey, it's not my first Enderman kill. You can see that there are still some mobs spawning out there, but at least they're not like really close to the house anymore, and I don't need to worry every time I come out the front door of having it blown up. and believe you me, it's happened. I just wasn't recording at the time. Alright, let's make one of these things here. There we go, and I should be able to use this. I don't know if it'll do any sense because those don't really store power as much as they just end up using them. Let's see if I click on this. Okay, so just by holding it, it has a display. See, the connectors themselves also have an internal storage, but they rarely say that they're actually storing anything. Yeah, so this is pretty good. I've already got 100,000 power stored. So this is really cool. I need to look into things that it's dark. I don't see any phantoms, thankfully, but I need to look into some things and see what I can find that would be most beneficial for power gen, specifically early gen, considering that's exactly what I've got right here in front of me. But I think that's where I'm going to call it. And I think I might, between episodes, consider looking at some of these things. I think the metal press is probably going to be the most important thing so that I can cut my my costs down of just about everything that I need to work on. So we'll probably end up putting one of those down here. But I think what I'm going to do is, in the meantime, kind of build a structure in this space. Whether it be, you know, just a simple like covering or something. I might also put the windmill up a bit higher so that it's not just like running into it. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts or ideas on that path that I just made, I mean, it is just a path, but I'm open to other suggestions and options. I might put some flowers along the edges or something, just dotting it around to dress it up a bit. But I'm always interested to hear what kind of comments you guys have. So anyway, if you did enjoy this, please give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, come visit us on Twitch. Don't forget to click that notification bell, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.